Welcome to this deep dive into one of the most fascinating worlds in our solar system, Mars. Today, we're going to explore what makes a red planet so mysterious, so extreme, and so important for future space exploration. From dusty deserts and ancient rivers to future colonies and the search for alien life, this is everything you need to know about Mars. Mars has an atmosphere, but it's thin, extremely thin. The air on Mars is about 95% carbon dioxide, with only tiny traces of oxygen. If you stepped outside without a pressure suit, you'd suffocate in seconds, and your saliva might boil from the low pressure. Temperatures on Mars vary wildly. On a summer day near the equator, it might hit 20 degrees Celsius, about 68 degrees Fahrenheit. But at night, it can plunge to minus 100 degrees Celsius, minus 148 degrees Fahrenheit. At the poles in winter, it can drop even lower. Mars experiences seasons, thanks to a tilt in its axis that's similar to Earth's. But its more elliptical orbit means the seasons vary more in intensity, especially in the southern hemisphere. It also has weather, thin clouds, frost fog, and most famously, dust storms. Some of these storms are massive and can engulf the entire planet for weeks, turning day into twilight. The Martian surface is like nothing you've seen, a cold, dusty desert with record-breaking features. Mars is home to Olympus Mons, the tallest volcano in the solar system. It stands nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest and is so wide it would cover an entire state. Nearby lies the Tharsis region, a volcanic plateau with several other massive volcanoes. Then there's Valles Marineris, a canyon system over 4,000 kilometers long and up to 7 kilometers deep. That's about 10 times longer and 4 times deeper than Earth's Grand Canyon. The surface is dotted with impact craters, lava plains, sand dunes, and rocky outcrops. Mars' southern hemisphere is heavily cratered and ancient, while the northern plains are smoother and possibly once hosted oceans or seas. The dust and soil on Mars contain toxic chemicals like perchlorates, which are harmful to humans. But that hasn't stopped scientists from exploring ways to grow plants there someday. Here's where Mars gets really interesting. It used to have water, lots of it. Ancient river valleys, deltas, lake beds, and outflow channels crisscross the landscape. These features suggest that billions of years ago, Mars had flowing rivers, standing lakes, and possibly even a northern ocean. Rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance have discovered clay minerals, which only form in water. They've also found signs that some of this water was fresh and possibly suitable for life. Today, most of the water is locked away as ice in the polar caps and underground. In some craters, radar has detected what may be briny liquid water beneath the surface. Mars also has seasonal ice caps that grow and shrink. In the winter, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere freezes into dry ice, adding layers to the polar caps, which then sublimate in the spring. Mars challenges us with its cold, thin air, radiation, and distance, but also inspires us. We dream of walking on its surface, building habitats beneath its skies, and perhaps one day turning it into a second home for humanity. Colonizing Mars won't be easy, but every rover, lander, and mission gets us closer. And as we look to Mars, we also learn about Earth, its climate, history, and fragility. So, thank you for joining this journey. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more space content, and leave a comment. Would you go to Mars if you had the chance? Until next time, keep wondering, keep exploring, and keep looking up. Humans have been dreaming of Mars for centuries, but real exploration began in the 1960s. NASA's Mariner 4 performed the first successful flyby in 1965. Viking 1 and 2 in the 1970s were the first successful landers, conducting experiments directly on the surface. Fast forward to today, Mars is crawling with machines. The Curiosity rover has been exploring Gale Crater since 2012, analyzing rocks and soil. Perseverance landed in 2021 and is searching for signs of ancient life in Jezero Crater. Then there's Ingenuity, a tiny helicopter that became the first aircraft to fly on another planet. But the future is even more exciting. NASA and the European Space Agency are planning a mission to bring samples back from Mars. SpaceX is developing Starship to send humans to the surface. China has its own Mars ambitions too. We're closer than ever to seeing the first human footprints in Martian dust, perhaps within the next 2 decades.